Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Enjoy Learning Computer Science. To watch my previous videos, click the link in the description box. To get notified for my new videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel Enjoy Learning Computer Science. This video is part 8 of working with functions. Returning multiple values. So unlike other programming languages, Python allows us to return more than one value from a function. So the multiple return value must be either stored in a tuple, or you can unpack the received value by specifying the number of variables on the left of the assignment of function call. So receiving more than one values from a function is possible using Python. Let's look at an example for this. Okay, see, I have defined a function called add10, which is taking three parameters x, y, z and returning three values. Okay, x plus 10. When it is multiple values, it should be separated by comma, the same like parameters. Okay, so def add10 x comma y comma z colon return x plus 10 comma y plus 10 comma z plus 10. Now come to the main program. I have received three values as input, and this function is called and stored in a single variable. I didn't store in three variables since it is returning three values. I have created only one variable. Okay, so I have stored this return function call in a single variable, so it will be stored in a tuple. Okay, so print new num. Now look at the output. Enter first number 10, second number 20, third number 30. Called function is stored in the new num. So and you are printing the new num. So x plus 10 is 10 plus 10 20, 30, 40. The output is coming in a tuple. So everything will be stored in a tuple. All the three return values will be stored in a tuple. So multiple return value stored in tuple. Now multiple return value stored by unpacking in multiple variables. The same thing only, since there are three parameters, I have created three variables to receive the return values from the function. So n1 comma n2 comma n3 is equal to add 10 of n1 n2 n3. So the first return statement will be stored in first n1, second return statement y plus 10 will be stored in n2, and third return statement z plus 10 will be stored in n3, and you are printing everything separately. So 21, 32, 43 will be the answer if the input is 11, 22 and 33. So this is multiple return value stored by unpacking in multiple variables. Composition. So composition refers to using an expression as part of a larger expression, or a statement as a part of larger statement. So in functions context, we can understand composition as follows. Okay, let's see the example. Max of a plus b comma c plus a, and price of card. This is first one is an arithmetic expression, card or cash logical expression. So we have many types of expressions. So these examples show you composition of function calls. The function calls, how you are calling the function using some expressions or logical expression. It can be an arithmetic expression. So composition in general refers to using an expression as part of a larger expression or a statement, or as part of a larger statement. Okay, now just predict the outputs for this, right? So def check, the name of the function is check, value is equal to 100, print value. Here also the same variable is used, value is equal to 600, print value, check print value. Now, so the program is this, am I right? When you run the program, see very carefully, look at very carefully, we'll start executing from the main. So first value is equal to 600, we are asking print value. So first 600 will be printed. Next you are calling the function check. So it will go here, value will be 100, print value, it will print 100 only. Again come back to the main program, print value. So this value 100 will be used only inside the function check. Okay, because it is local scope. This value is equal to 100 because having local scope only. So when it comes to the main program, this global value is equal to 600 will be printed. Okay, so this is a program with variable value in both local and global scope, and how the output is coming. I hope you are able to understand this. Now next problem, using global variable value in local scope. There we didn't use global inside the local. So this is another program. So global value is equal to 100, print value is equal to 600, print value, check. Now let's see the output. See, first value is equal to 600, print value means what it will happen? It will print 600. Now inside the function, after the now you are calling the function, we are going here inside, the variable value is declared as global. So now you are assigning value is equal to 100. That means print value means it will print 100 and it will come back here. It will take only 100 because here itself you have assigned value as global. So that value only will be printed here. Next one, variable value neither in local nor in global scope. See, print value, num is equal to 100, print num, check print value. Look at the output, print value. So there is no value inside the local. Okay, here print 100, num is equal to 100, print num, it will print. But when it goes to check what value it will print, there is no value inside the local. So it will produce an error. The compiler will produce an error. Next example is variable declared in global but not in local. Look at the example, check. If num1 greater than num2, print num1, else print num2. This num1 and num2 are declared in global but in not local. Let's see how the output is coming. So it will receive the two outputs 20 and 10 and then goes to check if num1 is greater than num2. Yes, if 20 is greater than 10, print num1. It will print 20. So even though there is no variables declared inside the function, the global variables will be taken because that is declared globally, but this one not declared locally. Okay.